Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has agreed to expand affordable housing under the Kuala Lumpur Structure Plan 2040 that will soon be gazetted. With KL being the focal point for many Malaysians to own a home, Sheldon Fernandez from PropertyGuru recommends measures on how to make the plan a success.
There remain some challenges, as you say, land costs, build costs, transportation costs, everything when it comes to the central location gets a lot more expensive. But this is where the government come in, right, in providing subsidies to the people who build, right, so developers in the vicinity of their project. As I say, don't look at it as an isolated project, but something that you build together, and allow them to fulfill that obligation, if you like. And then from a consumer side, I think the government has done a lot of things to stimulate the market, obviously, in recent years, and because it's something that they had to do, and I think it's something that they will need to continue to do. So things like stamp duty exemption in particular has been very, very well received because it does help with regards to ensuring the affordability of the particular purchase. So in the short term, the government can continue to do these measures. Kuala Lumpur clearly is a preferred location, and I think it'll be very well received if executed well.
Sheldon also outlines some short and long-term measures the government can look into when setting up affordable housing scheme nationwide. Among them are to factor income growth when setting property prices, as well as streamlining existing schemes to ensure better management.
Some of the things that the government can do is, in the short term, continue to ensure that the affordable housing, the affordable projects continue to develop, completed and handed over to buyers. Clearly, we've had some challenges recently around projects that are not completed, but I think the government has taken responsibility and ensured that it will be completed and handed over to buyers. But second to that is also ensuring that the maintenance of that property or the upkeeping of that property is something that can be done with responsibility with all parties, right? So it's not just handing over and the job is done. It's also ensuring that the living conditions within those projects remain healthy and livable. But in the longer term, I think the government can look at income growth, because clearly if you're dealing with the property market, there's two factors. One is the affordability, but affordability can be from a point of income growth the government can take. And last but not least is a good public housing scheme that potentially caters to the nationwide approach. Today, what we have is multiple schemes going on in different states, and I think that's posing to be a challenge to manage and control. So if you bring it all together and you have good planning, good execution, I think this will help with the longer term approach towards dealing with affordable housing.